If your small business received a COVID economic injury disaster loan during the pandemic, then today's video is for you. This is my amazing partner in everything, life, love, and things that we just won't say out loud here. Linda Ray.
How is that
and
a
I'm
hook?
Trevor, and we are the EIDL experts. We're going to talk today about your duty to maintain hazard insurance as per the terms of the EIDL loan agreement you signed.
Ooh.
Before I bring the insurance expert on stage, even though she's already on stage, please hit the thumbs up to like the video, and please subscribe to the channel. More than 70% of you watch our videos for free, and you're going to find today's information incredibly valuable and free. And please subscribe to the channel.
This is
hazard insurance.
Yeah, we haven't
insurance
talked about
broker.
this for 5 years.
Right.
I think it actually started 4 years ago when we were seeing SBA require business owners to get hazard insurance when technically they didn't have an office, or they worked from home, or they were remote, or they, had only a digital business, so they didn't have.
I think it was 2021 they started really looking at that.
And I even put together I compiled this Crusade submission to ℬ𝒜𝒤𝒦𝒢ℛ𝒪𝒰𝒩𝒟𝒮 at the time.
Oh, Linda sent ℬ𝒜𝒤𝒦𝒢ℛ𝒪𝒰𝒩𝒟𝒮, the former administrator of the SBA, a letter.
A letter and a package, it was a package of things to identify why this was unrealistic for them to require.
And ask her to teach her SBA staff who are dealing with you folks as you were applying for these loans, requesting increased modification, teach her staff how to explain this insurance requirement.
This is the other thing too, is I put together a workbook that's in our resource hub. At first it was a few pages, and then it kind of expounded in and of itself. But as a disclaimer, I have to say, I have since non-renewed in 2024. I non-renewed my insurance license after 20 years, and no love lost, didn't look back.
That doesn't take away the fact that this gal grew up in the insurance industry and has worked in the industry for 30
over
years.
30 years.
She's been an underwriter.
Licensed
she's been
for 20.
A broker. She's been a financial services professional and owned an insurance agency. And why I brought Linda in on today's video is because I want to rely on her expertise, but first to talk about compliance. All of you signed the EIDL LAA, and we've done a previous video. It's appearing somewhere here on the screen. I don't know where you're going to place it when you edit this. We've done a previous video that you should read your loan agreement. It's called the LAA, or the Loan Authorization and Agreement, because again, like all things SBA, they can't just give it a simple name. And in the loan agreement, it says you must have hazard insurance, which does not say in the loan agreement that that is about the assets for the business. But if you are doing a change of ownership, sale of assets, any type of transaction, you're filling out an SBA form, you will see this requirement. Linda, insert the screenshots on the SBA forms that says all the requirements you need for that particular transaction plus the application. But also, you see where it says proof of hazard insurance as required under the terms of the loan agreement.
Why am I here again?
Okay. What happens if somebody got a $30,000 COVID EIDL during the pandemic?
Okay.
And they had to provide hazard insurance. They're working out of their house. Okay. But now, 5 years later, they've taken a little office, right, here in Connecticut, off the green here, a little office on the second floor above the now closed Italian restaurant. And they have 2 people working for them, and now they've got more equipment. Maybe they got a couple of 3D printers, where previously when they got the COVID loan, they're working out of their house with a laptop.
Is there a question coming?
Yeah. What about the hazard insurance?
What about it?
Now they're in an office with a lot more equipment,
You call
more
your
people.
you have to, like, okay.
You see, this is the problem. Linda assumes you all know this.
Yeah. So
they don't, Lynn.
If you're working out of your home and you know because of the EIDL that you have to have proof of insurance, what you likely might have done, which is what we had to advise clients back then, or advise the public in our other videos that we did about this, was to call your agent, call your insurance agent that has your homeowner's insurance and make sure your homeowner's insurance has the endorsement that you have a home office. And that would suffice. We've done that where we had to, again, guide clients with getting the certificate. Like the whole, it was a whole, it took a life of its own kind of thing. So now if you have an office, I mean, unless your landlord is an idiot and they're not demanding insurance or, requiring that you furnish proof of insurance, then, you have to have the wherewithal of this EIDL that this is going to be a requirement. And you call the agent that that you trust, if they have your homeowner, your personal insurance, and then you go through the process of identifying what the risk is, i.e. you have an office now with so much equipment in it, and or whatever the location, etc. And then they will get you a quote, and then they bind it so that you then have the insurance, and then you can get the certificate, and then you can submit it to SBA, even if they don't ask for it.
You are required to submit it. That's a compliance issue, and people don't read the loan agreement and don't pay attention to these things.
This is the other thing. We have a compliance blueprint breakout it's in the resource hub, but knowing that some people may not want to invest the full boat in our resource hub, we have where you can just get the compliance, and that will have the hazard insurance instructions for you to assess, do I have all of this buttoned up? It has sort of a what do you call those things, a workflow, what do you call the
table of contents?
No. When it's like, if this is happening, go here. If that is happening, go there.
Logic tree.
Logic tree. Thank you.
You had to force think that one.
I force thinked it. Yeah. So anyway,
But can we go back to how most people probably have not done this, because they're probably not even thinking like this, which puts them out of compliance. Linda, if somebody's out of compliance with the EIDL loan agreement,
you're in default. You're in default. And
meaning you could be making your payments on time every month.
Still in default.
Because you have failed to comply with the terms of the agreement.
The only thing you have going for you is that the SBA isn't paying attention, because there's an idiot at the helm who's...
Until they are paying attention. And
then...
The reason I asked Linda to join me and to do this video is because if you've seen our previous videos, Horror Stories Part 1 and Part 2, then you will have seen how people are being subjected to audits at the SBA, or what's called post-funding compliance review. And I have given this a considerable amount of thought as to what possibly could this person have done that the SBA is now saying there are discrepancies between your COVID loan and your current application, whatever that is, whether it's a new SBA loan or a disaster loan for someone's house. They're doing the audit, and they're saying, as a result of the audit and the discrepancies, you are barred for life. And and we did videos about this, and we created a special guidebook called Fight Back, if you find yourself in that position.
Yes.
But then I hit on this idea because I was looking at these forms for a client the other day, and I went, wait a minute, duty to maintain hazard insurance. What if that's the non-compliance issue?
All right, well, first I have a question. I don't recall you having the Horror Stories videos done yet.
No, they're not done yet, but by the time you publish this, this is going in the queue. You'll have you have Horror Stories Part 1 to edit right now.
Whoops.
I love you.
Can we wrap this up, please?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Okay.
Lynn.
Short story long.
Lynn.
Yeah.
So it sounds like what you're saying is, if there have been changes in your business, make sure you have a conversation with the insurance broker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is kind of logical, basic, operational stuff. If this is something that you have overlooked, we'll give you a pass.
I love how you say that, but you've shared stories with me about business owners calling you and freaking out when they had some issue with their business. And then you say to them, well, why didn't you notify us so we could have increased or enhanced or upgraded your policy?
Didn't think of it.
That's why we're here today, to tell you, again, for free here on the EIDL Experts channel. Could you just pay the price for the video and hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel?
It's free to like and subscribe. It's free. You don't have to... It's like 1 second.
This is not a recipe channel where we teach you how to make the best baked cauliflower. No, this is a channel where we're giving you vital information you need to not get in trouble with the federal government. So going back, Lynn, if there's changes in your business, make sure you have a conversation with your insurance company, your broker, agent, whatever, and have your insurance policy corrected. And then secondly, using the email address cesc@sba.gov, submit the updated insurance policy.
Certificate.
Or certificate.
Get a certificate.
There you go. See, I don't even know what it's called.
They don't even need the whole policy. Don't send them the whole policy that's 67 pages.
And if you have not done those two things, be aware that if you have to process a transaction with the SBA, or if you apply for a disaster loan, or if you go to a commercial lender to get an SBA loan, and the SBA realizes that you didn't do it, you're in for a world of pain. Mm-hmm. Or if you fill out the forms, as we shown earlier in this video, and it says provide the insurance, make sure you read that insurance policy before you just willy-nilly send it off, because you're asking for a world of pain.
Okay, thanks.
We are the EIDL experts.
Till next time.
We thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. And if you need assistance with your COVID EIDL, there's a link in the description that tells you what products and services that we can offer to help you manage the dysfunction of the Small Business Administration.